let's talk about how we get out of this, because that you and I both have worked on that, and it when we've got a lifetime of practicing to do it this one way, we're not going to learn it overnight.
Yeah.
Because what I did, I'll tell you what I did. I've shared this on the podcast. So divorced my husband and immediately got into another relationship with a full-on narcissist. I didn't know it at the time until I married him.
Yeah.
And then he showed his true colors.
Yeah.
And I had healed enough. I didn't realize that the term was narcissist. I just saw the crazy behavior.
Yeah.
And would look at him and say, "What the F is wrong with you? Like, that is so bizarre." So I had healed enough to realize, okay, this behavior is really bizarre, and like trying to accuse me of stuff that was so wild, and I'm like, no, dude, no.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately he passed away about a year and a half after we were married from cancer.
Oh my
gosh. Yeah. I was right at the point, right before we found out the diagnosis, that I was actually, and I didn't know this was the right thing to do either, but I was going to start saving my money, and I was going to eventually move out, and I was going to go rent a room. I was going to start completely over.
Yeah.
I was so done with this, and it was so crazy. And then we got his diagnosis, and so then I put it aside and thought, I'm going to be here for him. I'm not going to abandon him.
Yeah.
And once he passed, and that old thing stirred up in me again. Oh God, you got to find another guy, because you're not worthy without having a man on your side. Because that's really, once everybody sees that there's a man with me, then I am valuable.
Right.
And that almost desperation. I had to take a break. I had to put my brakes on, and I had to go, what the hell's going on? I did meet somebody right away, but it took us a while to like enter into that relationship and make it healthy.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of things for the first time in my life that I got into a relationship where I really did stand up for myself. I did not fawn.
Yeah.
I even broke up with him at one point.
Okay. Interesting.
So that's big steps for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, but it is a process, and you do automatically, because I think it almost felt like I was being triggered, right? Oh, I'm alone again.
Yeah.
I'm alone again. I can't be alone. Nope.
Yeah.
And so let's talk about how we both worked through that.
Well, I mean, it's interesting to hear you describe that, because I relate very much to that thing you're describing, of feeling like my worth only comes from the validation of a man. And so prior to meeting and marrying my husband, I cycled through relationships, one after the other. Then I got married, and we were together for 20 years. But once we split up, when I went into marriage, the internet was just starting. When I came out of marriage, it was full on internet plus online dating. So that was a minefield. And
I know.
So So we split up, and then I started, Tinder, Bumble, the whole thing, and I met man after man, and it wasn't instantaneous that I figured out how to stop doing this, but it was instantaneous that I realized, like, oh my God, I just got out of this marriage, and already, just like that, I'll go out on a date with someone. I'm so good at making them feel comfortable, and I'm so good
at
expressing my interest, and I ask them a million questions, and then they like me, and then the trap happens. They like me, and therefore I have to accommodate them, even though I don't really like them.
Oh, yes, I remember those. Those are awful. Those are awful.
Well, and I was so boundaryless. I would have one relationship after another with people that there wasn't necessarily anything wrong with them. Like, I'm not trying to make it sound like everyone was a demon person. It's not that. But, there's lots of different types of people in the world. And if it's not a good match for you, it's not great to spend time together. And I just kept getting involved with people that then they'd cling on and want to have a relationship. And I did not know how to say, I'm sorry, you're a nice person, but I'm not feeling it. So I would try to make it work. I would shape shift and accommodate. and pretend and show up and, do my best to not disappoint them. And I had a series of relationships like that. And then what finally happened that really became a game changer for me is that I got involved with someone that wasn't nice to me. And I don't mean physically violent, nothing like that, but I mean emotionally not nice to me. Like, and I'll just say it explicitly. Like, we would spend the night together and have sex, and then he would ignore my messages for like 4 or 5 days. And of course, I would feel horrible. I would feel absolutely.
Been there.
Yeah, so many of us have, but instead, see, the me of today, if that happened, if someone didn't answer my message, I would be like, "Are you okay? Why are you not answering my message?" And then if they still didn't answer my message, then I would just say, okay, well, we're done. Don't contact me again. Like, I don't give second chances any longer. I mean, within reason, like if I think someone's dead, okay, but with technology of today, you can see if someone's online. It's easy enough to figure it out.
Yes.
But, go back 7 or 8 years, I would never have dreamed of doing that. I would be there thinking, what's wrong with me? How I disappointed them. And so what I finally learned to do is to stop being so preoccupied with, what do they think of me and am I good enough? And rather ask myself, what do I think of them? And I think you're a jerk that you don't answer my messages. And I'm not putting up with this any longer. And once I figured that out, again, it wasn't instantaneous, but I became, that was a quick learning curve. It wasn't instantaneous, but once, I often say to my clients that are, trying to practice a new behavior, I say it's really hard until it's not. Once you learn how to set a limit, then it becomes like second.
That's it. Setting the limit.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
We don't set the limits. Because for me, what I realized is what caused me to break up with him is he wasn't being bad, but I didn't like the way he was treating me. And it was the first time that I sat back and I sat with that instead of trying to fix it.
Yeah.
I sat with it and thought, am I okay with this?
Yeah.
Instead of like you say, oh, what did I do wrong? I got to find out. Let me find out. Let me text him. Let me call him. Let me find out. I did something wrong. I know it's my fault. Like instead of doing that, it's like, okay, I'm not liking this at all. Yeah. And I can't tell you how freeing that was when I actually broke up with him. It was like, and I said to him, and I left him a message. He wouldn't, of course, pick up the phone. He wouldn't, and so I just told him, I said, I'm not okay with this. I'm not okay with you ignoring me. I'm not okay with, I understand you're going through some stuff, but this is not okay. And it brought him around. I mean, it scared him.
Yeah.
But he needed his time, and it was a good break because it was the first time I broke up with someone like that.
Yeah.
As an adult.
Yeah.
And was really proud of myself because I stood up for myself, and it caused me to start looking inward and start focusing on this instead of trying to find my solution out there. With a man.
Yeah. 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 Indeed. Yeah.
So that was what was freeing for me is I literally sat with that uncomfortable feeling and realized I don't like this. And the way to stop it is this way, not trying to go to fix it. Because what does that do, right? If he needs a break and I'm chasing after him, what's going to happen? It's just going to chase him away.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, and
that's what I used to do.
Because if you're a successful chaser and you manage to keep him in there, who wants that? Who wants a relationship where you've had to work so hard to ensure the safety? Yeah.
And that was another thing that I had realized is that, am I really being me? Am I okay with it? Like I started looking at what it is I wanted instead with me alone.
Yeah.
Instead of having that person as part of what makes me happy, what makes me complete,
Yeah.
what I'm okay with.
Yeah, exactly.